Welcome. In this video, we'll introduce Fraction's procure-to-pay process and walk you through the entire workflow and how the different roles in your organization will experience automated process efficiency, from submitting and approving purchase requisitions and raising purchase orders to receiving, matching, and invoicing. Let's get started. When logged into Fraxion, each user is greeted with a personalized dashboard displaying their unique activities and purchasing history. An activity timeline provides a scrollable log of requests and transactions, and a go-to reference point to track progress and view real-time alerts for linked activities. Analytic cards provide snapshots of transactions, spending, and activity response times. All the information you need to understand the impact of your spending and make fast, informed, policy-compliant decisions is visible at a glance. Let's head over to the Purchase Work Center. Here, a logged-in requester can see an overview of their purchase requests and current states. Let's create a purchase request. We'll use the Quick Create button. First, give the request a descriptive title and hit Create to start adding the required details to validate the purchase. The next step is to select whether you'd like to purchase goods or services. When selecting services, it enables cost or quantity receiving. A pop-up window displays, and your data entry and selections initiate Fraction's workflow engine, routing your request along a pre-configured approval path. From selecting from a list of approved vendors, or submitting a new vendor request that triggers an approval process, to selecting a relevant currency and tax rate and cost allocation. Your selections will route the request to the right department or approver. If you're purchasing against a specific budget, whether GL, project, or any other cost driver, simply make the selections and your request is instantly and accurately tracked. Fraxion provides additional purchasing efficiency via vendor punch-out and punch-in catalog integration features. Simply click the punch-out button and you're redirected to your integrated online marketplace, such as Amazon Business, Staples, and many more. Select the vendor and start shopping. Browse and add items to your cart. Once submitted, the items are listed in a purchase request in Fraxion and ready for approval. Need even more control over the items available for purchase? Fraxion also offers an internal catalog hosting option, enabling shopping from preloaded and self-managed catalogs from your approved or contracted vendors. Whether you choose punch-out or catalogs, all purchases are routed for approvals that ensure compliance with your organization's procurement policies. When submitting a standard purchase request, a punch-out, punch-in, or catalog request, or a combination of these options, you can add unlimited items to a single request and upload supporting documents to your request. Once all the items are captured and saved, you're all set to submit your request for approval. As the purchase begins its approval route, a handy feedback bar pops up with a reference number and the name of the approver that the request has been routed to. At any point in Fraction's P2P workflow, you have on-demand access to the progress updates and the details of the next approver in line by simply hitting the status bar on your purchase request, or keeping an eye on the dashboard activity timeline where you're instantly notified of any updates. Let's look at the purchase requests through the approver's lens. For added efficiency, approvers receive instant notifications when action is required. These are delivered via email and mobile app notifications, each with direct links to the requests requiring approval. Approvers can view, edit, and comment, and alerts will flag any potential risks. Approver rights give these authorized users quick access to budget overviews, empowering them to make informed and accountable decisions when approving purchase requests. Using the web or mobile app, approvers have real-time budget visibility to gauge the impact of spend with insight into available, committed, total budget, and actuals by cost allocation or department. Overspending is easily avoided with this real-time budget insight at decision points. Policy alerts can also be configured to flag any budget overruns, tardy approvals, or elevated levels of risk in a transaction, all in real time. Approvers can further inform their decisions with a quick analysis of spend by the vendor, linked to the request, or the requesting employee's expenditure by vendor. For financial managers looking for more visibility into spending behavior, Fraction's embedded spend analytics tool, Insights, provides detailed analysis and reporting power. Analyze spend by vendors, employees, budgets, operations, and transactions and gain actionable insight that identifies savings and efficiency enhancement opportunities. The data visualizations for budget against actuals, committed spend, and available funds provide granular point-of-decision analytics keep spending on track and on budget. Once the approver is satisfied that a request is budget and policy compliant, they can simply approve the request via the web or mobile app. If any alerts have flagged potential overspend or policy contraventions, requests can be rejected, and approvers can share their reasoning in a pop-up text box. Feedback notifications are sent in a few efficient ways. Approvers will see a pop-up confirmation that they have successfully approved or rejected a request. The requester is notified of the approval or rejection via an activity timeline alert. Let's take a look at the next steps from a purchaser's perspective. Once the request is approved, the purchase order process is initiated. For a centralized purchasing model, purchasers can validate and consolidate approved requests and select individual items from a request to add to a purchase order. These capabilities can introduce opportunities to save. An example, consolidating multiple orders from one vendor to gain volume discounts and reduce shipping costs. Configuring auto PO creation from approved request is just as easy and further simplifies the requisition to purchase order process. It's ideal for decentralized procurement functions. For added efficiency, set up the auto emailing feature that sends approved purchase orders to the relevant email addresses in the vendor record. The email is sent via professional company branded email template and received by the supplier with a PDF purchase order attached. It's automated purchasing efficiency at its best. Let's shift to the receiver's point of view once the vendor has completed and delivered on the purchase order. Receivers can easily create electronic receipts against open purchase orders on delivery of goods or services from a vendor. At the open PO level, clicking on the receipt icon enables a receiver to complete the number of items delivered, the delivery date, unit costs, and add any relevant shipping or vendor tracking links. This is typically the point where accounts payable inefficiencies, such as lost documentation delays, over-receiving, and the risk of overpaying occurs. Let's see how Fraxion removes these roadblocks and improves AP efficiency. When receiving items in Fraxion, exception tracking alerts pop up to notify users if any items have been over-received. After the goods are received correctly, the final phase of the procure-to-pay process can begin. At this point, your accounts payables or financial assistant has on-demand access to all the approved purchase records and proof of goods received in one central place, empowering them to initiate the invoice process with confidence. No more guesswork and hours wasted tracking down documents. Let's head over to the Invoice Work Center and create an invoice. Here, the invoice date, number, and approved vendor can be captured and saved. You can view all the purchase orders for the selected vendor under the Purchase Order tab. The invoice matching process takes place at this point. There's no need to link individual invoice items to purchase order items. Instead, simply click on the green Auto Link button, and an invoice is automatically created based on the purchase order data. It's that easy. This not only accelerates the process, but reduces the margin for error. To further mitigate risks, alerts can be configured to flag any variance between invoices and purchase order quantities and unit costs. Now that the PO is linked and matched with the invoice, all the items are automatically listed in this view. You can link more purchase orders for the same vendor by following the same process. All that's left to do is submit the invoice for approval. A feedback bar pops up to notify you that the invoice is indeed in the approval process, and the relevant approver receives instant notification and direct links for easy review and invoice approval. Once approved, the invoice is ready to be posted to your financial system for payment. Say goodbye to invoice exceptions, duplicate invoices, and paying for goods not received. Each purchasing record and action is tracked and available for review with detailed audit trails with date and timestamps for each user's activity at each stage in the transaction's lifecycle, making everyday accounts payable checkpoints and annual audits a breeze. Fraxion's seamless procure-to-pay process is easy, collaborative, and drives accountability, accuracy, auditability, and compliance from requisition to payment. Would you like to simplify your procure-to-pay process and reduce operational costs? Get in touch to see a live Fraxion demo, customized to your business needs. Thanks for watching.